Hey Gemini, it's Midnight Maven, your spiritual media correspondent, and I'm here to deliver Angel Gang a message, Gemini. Free Fallin'. Just like the song by Tom Petty, which I didn't know Tom Petty sang it. I thought it was like Smashing Pumpkins. I'm a bad 90s kid. Hold on, let me put this on. Much better. Okay, so Free Fallin'. It's kind of like. So sorry about that. I know that's gross, but something was itching me. It's kind of like saying like, slow down. I've been doing that a lot. Where when I take on your energy, especially a Gemini's energy, where your mind's here, mind's there, everything, the dualities, very cerebral. It kind of makes you mess up. Letting go and going into the void and everything is going to be really good for you. Um, Before we get into the tarot, I'm sorry this is all pre-pulled, but you know what? I find I do better tarot when I can have a second to look at it, assess it, rather than just kind of off the cuff. And I'm not making this up. I'm telling you what's truly in my heart. So I want to let you know that this shit is all real. So Gemini, so we got Thicket of Thorns, and this is from the Sacred Forest Oracle. So you're walking through this thicket of thorns. It's middle of the dark. You only have the light of the moon, just barely comes and goes when there's some clouds and shit. You know what I mean? Because it's cloudy days and it's the midnight hour. The Midnight Maven knows what you're talking about. And just beyond the river bend is purification. So you know the saying, it's always darkest before the light. So that's what you're going through right now, where you're going into this and then you're slowly ascending, but it's scary and shit because you feel like you don't have protection, but you do have protection from your ancestors. I can imagine if you're watching this, and also take the roles as they resonate. Don't try to make them fit. You might want to switch the roles up. You know what's true. So if you're watching this right now, you're either trying to better yourself or find some answers, or you're a cross watcher and hopefully you're not trolling, and hopefully you are watching this for the betterment of you and yours and the highest good. That's the whole goal in the whole game. And oh my god, I hate this lighting. Please, somebody send me a light bulb. Once I start, come out of the baby channel energy. In the last card right there is the Strength card, and it's the Ancient Oak Spirit. So this one is actually on the cover of the Oracle deck. I've had this for a long time, so that's why it's all hood. But that one right there is your style. It's strong, it's sturdy, it makes a statement. You know the saying, don't judge a book by its cover? Gemini does judge a book by its cover, and sometimes that's correct, you know what I mean? You call it like you see them. Sometimes it's not always right, but let's utilize the things that you are good at and continue with that and run with it. So this is the Ten of Cups here, and we got that in the main energy, and it's crossed by the Five of Pentacles, but in reverse. So this is a good thing because you're finally figuring out. What I'm seeing here is it's between a mother and a son, or it's between a divorce or an ex-wife or ex-mom, baby mama drama, daddy mama drama, whatever, and you're trying to figure out a new way to interact, especially because of the kids. Or you are the kid and you're trying to figure out a new way to be with mom and to not only coexist, but to love, to restart something new. In the main, I never know the position of the bottom part. If anybody knows that, please comment that. The main situation, or the one that's been ongoing, is the Justice card. And in this deck, this is the Botticelli deck. Love this deck. It's got gold gilding. It's the bee's knees. It's the 8 instead of the 11, and usually the Justice card is the 11. So that might be something significant, the number 8 or the infinity sign. But somebody called judgment and justice is coming through, and you know that you can feel it in your solar plexus, you can feel it in your gut, your instincts, and your higher self. It's showing the sun card. Now this initially came out in the reverse. I've been trying to like do my readings as positive as possible, not trying to lie or trying to make it sound sugar coated, but there's no sense in dwelling on stuff. So if we got the sun card in any position, it's good, because you see where that baby, the baby and the mom, it's very generational, familial kind of things, where there's a lot of mother action. Yeah, either baby mama or actual mom. There's a lot of that stuff going on. And then in the recent past, we have the Knight of Swords. And that was luckily in the reverse. So that means, you know, no more sleepless nights, no more terrors, no more things that lurk in the night, because you're going to take away their power by replacing the fear with love. And I know it sounds corny as shit, but it really works. Come with me, subscribe to Midnight Maven, and I'm not just saying that because I want that cheddar, even though I deserve it, but you know what? It's a mindset. You are poisoning your mind with not only old school things that have been bestowed upon you through your bloodline, but also the things that you've been doing to keep that going, and maybe the people that are not the best to have around you. Even if it is your mother or your significant other or your father, you know, it doesn't have to be it's gender, whatever, the divine, you know, masculine or feminine, whatever it is, however that fits to you. There's some sort of thing with a parental or being a parent, which is not a parent. And so many dualities. If anybody's going to understand me when I say this, it's Geminis, because like I've been noticing in Facebook, whenever I type like God bless, it'll say like God less, or holiness, it corrects to holy mess. Or there's a lot of shit that's just like my name, instead of saying Drew, so my name's Andrew, but I go by Drew. It translates to like or something like that, or I don't know. But there's a lot of misconstruence or misunderstandings between people with communication, because we're either hearing what we want to hear or what we've always heard, or you two don't just speak the same language, and maybe you never will. And that's something that you're going to have to accept and or change. You only have 3 options: accept it and move on, work on it, bring it down. But do it in the right way, because if you try to, you got to do it the right way, because if you do it in an unholy way, not a holy mess way, you're going to be all wrapped up in licious. Not in a good way. In the near future, you have the 10 of Pentacles. It did come up in the reverse, but you know what? We're focusing on the positive. See those little coins? And I like how these coins are right here, because this little trail of breadcrumbs, we're going to do some reverse breadcrumbing, reverse osmosis, reverse gaslighting, and we're going to be forgiven, Gemini, because I know y'all can be chismosos, pinche chismosos, mentirosos, y todo que, pero all is forgiven, and you will be granted access to the holy kingdom of that which is your dreams. If you do a rapid, transformational, spiritual overhaul, crash course on yourself, if you haven't already started. But I'm guessing, since you're watching this, that you have. And know that I'm not talking to hear myself talk. I'm doing this because, you know what? I have a duty, not necessarily to be the astrological, you know, what's that guy's name, that Mexican guy with the blonde hair, with the cape, that was really gay, but he was just like in the closet forever. He lives somewhere in Mexico. But I mean, that would be great. But I'm doing this because, you know what? This is the only thing that makes me feel better. Think about why you're doing it. Think about, what do you bring to society other than you just going to work for a 9-to-5 job, because that's for you. What are you doing to help your neighbor? What are you doing to help your family? What are you doing to leave a legacy, to leave a mark, to leave a carbon footprint that is different than the past. How you see yourself in the situation as a Three of Swords. So this is probably you, so I'm probably speaking to a masculine. Or no, you know what? I'm speaking to a masculine or a feminine. And the feminine, whether that be the mother and or the wife, girlfriend, baby mama, or it's felt like you'd had to be the mother if talking to a divine feminine, you know, it doesn't matter about genders, that you've had to drag. So this is saying two big different things. This is either feeling dragged and bossed around if you're the divine masculine, or if you're if you're the divine feminine, you're feeling like you have to drag this individual by the collar or whatever, or by, like, you know, like a little newborn Simba kitten, because they can't get it right, or they can't get it together, or, you know. And you got to think about it from all sides. Think about doing a different method if you're the one that's trying to get somebody to jump on the bandwagon, because it's like, maybe you haven't tried this. What do they like to do? What are these passions that they could ignite within themselves, Gemini? So, how other people see you as the King of Pentacles, so they see you doing good. You have a good reputation. Your reputation is solid. But the problems you're having here are with you and yours, the ones that are closest to you. Your persona is fine, but your insides are not. Your insides are the Five of Pentacles. Your insides are lacking, whether that be love, whether that be means, or maybe just livelihood or whatever. In your hopes and fears, you have the Eight of Wands in the reverse, and that's why this one goes so well with free falling. Now I'm free. Go listen to that song right now, Gemini. It's totally gonna make you feel like this little fat cherub baby. I mean, go, if you're at home alone, put some angel wings on, put that bathtub on, and then just free falling. Smoke a little weed, drink a little wine, make a little love, get down tonight. And then in the final position, we have the King of Wands. So that's saying there's a lot of wands action. There's a lot of cups. If you notice, the only place where swords comes up is where what you think of yourself, which is heartbroken or dicked around, or in the recent past where you've had nightmares. So, I mean, I hate to say it, but living in your head is probably the worst place to live. I wouldn't suggest going there after dark. It turns into Compton, straight out of Compton. So you don't want to be there too much chilling and grilling. So I would go within your other mind, which is your instincts, and which is your solar plexus. Go with your instincts, go with your gut, and realize that it will come to you in time. Oh my God, I almost got that stupid saying, if you build it, they will come. Yeah. After you're done free falling, if you plant it, build it, work it, trick it, work it, you're going to be like a tree. And bitch, you're going to be solid. Thank you, Gemini. Do not click off this without liking, sharing, subscribing, or at least just subscribe. Thank you, guys.